In this video today, we are going to be talking about taking criticism, why criticisms are important, and how to make the most of them. The nice ones and also the ones that are not so nice, how you can make the most of them and use them to be a better person. As always, I want you to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new to this channel. Let's get into it. So many people find it difficult to take criticism well because criticism is not something that is always really nice to take, right? Criticism is something that exposes your flaws, exposes the things that you have done wrong. In fact, issues that might have been hidden to you, it exposes it. Issues that maybe not hidden to you, but you have been unwilling to confront, it shows it to you. And nobody really wants to be wrong, right? Nobody wants to be wrong. Nobody wants to be doing things bad. And nobody wants to be called out. Even if you are doing something wrong, most of the time, you feel like you don't want other people to know, and not just for them not to know, you also don't want it to be that they are the ones telling it to you. So everybody has the tendency of being like that. We have the tendency to take it personally and not productively. We have the tendency to become defensive, to become emotional when we are being criticized. But that reaction really comes from pride, it comes from insecurity and discomfort with being wrong. If you have been watching other videos on my channel, I would have said it several times that being wrong is not something that is strange. It's part of life. It's part of the journey. You are going to be wrong on some things. You are going to fail on some things. Like, we should not be so proud that we believe that we cannot be wrong, right? So there's this insecurity, pride, and also discomfort that we tend to face when people are calling out the things that are wrong that we do. As uncomfortable as criticism is a gift. It's a gift that is actually real. Most people judge us without saying anything. They will judge you quietly in their mind and not say anything. Let's say you sell something and there's something wrong with your service or there's something wrong with your product. Most people wouldn't complain. Like, a huge number wouldn't complain. They will accept what you've done and you will never see them again. Now you can start wondering that, why is this person not coming back again? Why is this person not patronizing me again? They are never going to tell you, right? They just make the judgment and walk away. Many of us do that, especially for people that we don't care so much about or people that we believe are replaceable. I can't count how many times, like just from the example I'm giving, that I um I bought something from someone. I didn't really like the person's service or the person's product, and I didn't just say anything, and I decided to patronize someone else. I didn't give the person any feedback or any criticism. I do it a lot. You do it a lot. And most people do it to us. So anytime someone takes their time to give you criticism, however harsh, you have to see it as a gift. It's just like someone telling you that your mouth stinks, like your mouth is smelly. Nobody is happy to hear that. Nobody feels comfortable with another person telling them. But the thing about having smelling mouths is that you wouldn't know. You are not likely to know by yourself, right? You need another person to tell you. And the sad thing is that most people will not tell you. Like, most people will not tell you. And you have lost friends, lost relationships, lost opportunities just because of something like that. And most people will never tell you. It will now be strange if someone tells it to you and you don't want to accept it. Something as uncomfortable, as inconvenient for someone is inconvenient for the person that is receiving that criticism, but it's also inconvenient for someone to tell you, or the person that is giving that criticism. And you have to realize that that kind of criticism is real. Most people have already judged you and they've walked away, but someone is giving you feedback, and we have to take it as a gift. In fact, feedback or criticism is something that you should always want. You should always want people to give you. You realize even the big companies, that are into businesses, they ask people, they ask their customers for reviews. What do you think about our product? How do you think we can serve you better? They want criticism. Now, sometimes they ask for that feedback, and the feedback that they get is really harsh, but they still want it because that is how they will know what their customers think and how they are going to improve on themselves. So criticism, whether it comes nicely or it comes harshly, you still have to take it as a gift. Of course, I'm not encouraging harsh criticisms. Of course, I'm not encouraging criticism that are harsh, especially when it has to do with insults, abuse, or bullying, even online. But as someone that is being criticized, you still need to see it as a gift. That's the way you are supposed to grow. So, how do you deal with harsh or negative criticism or criticism that is not constructive? Because there's a difference between constructive criticism and unconstructive criticism. Constructive criticism is designed to build, designed to make you better. But there are people that criticize you not to help you to be better. They criticize you out of a bad mind, maybe out of anger, maybe out of even a desire to put you down. Maybe there's something that has happened in the past that they don't like about you, and they see your shortcoming and they see it as an opportunity to bring you down. So that is not constructive criticism. That is even with the intent to destroy. So how do we deal with those kind of criticism? I think the first thing that you need to consider is what is being said. You have to separate what is being said from how it is being said. Two different things. Even if the criticism is negative in its delivery, there may still be something useful, something important there. So you separate what the person said from how the person said it. So you ask yourself, what is the point? Now, there are some times that people will give you criticism and you cannot really pinpoint the what of it. What is this person actually saying? Now, there's not much you can do about that, especially if it's someone that you can't talk to. If it's someone you can talk to, you may want to ask. Let me give you an example. Let's say you designed something and the person says that thing that you designed is trash. That's the person's criticism. That thing that you designed is trash. That's a good example of unconstructive criticism. That kind of criticism doesn't really help because it's hard to separate the what from what the person is saying, the main point of what the person is saying. So you may want to ask the person, okay, I understand what you're saying. I get that you are not satisfied with what I designed, but I have some questions for you. What exactly do you mean by it is trash? Or what are the things that I can do to make the product better, or to that thing I designed? What are the things I can do to make it better? Or can you give me an example of something else that you believe is okay, is good? Maybe I can learn from it altogether. You just find a way to get constructive information from the words that the person is saying. Because sometimes when people are angry, they just say it is nonsense, it is trash, it is rubbish. I mean, they just throw words like that. Now, sometimes you may not be able to talk to someone like that. That kind of criticism, you may take it and try to by yourself look at what the person is talking about, and check it and see what could be wrong with it. Sometimes there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just people, like we will say, hating. But you should always look at it and check what is the problem. Now, it doesn't mean that you should destroy something. It doesn't mean that you should stop doing what you are doing, but at least it helps for you to check again and see that you are improving. It may not even be that you are going to do something different, but just to know that there are people that are not satisfied with what you are doing, especially if it is a business. There are people that are not satisfied. It may not even be that what you are doing is wrong. It may just be that you are targeting the wrong people for what you are doing. So it may be what you are doing that is wrong. It may be the people you are doing it towards, or the people that you are communicating with, that what you are doing is not for them. But you have to look at it by yourself and try to figure out what the problem is. So you have to separate the message from the tone. You have to filter out the insults, filter out the abuse. You don't have to respond to people. Maybe that's another thing that should be said. There are some people that, especially if their intention is really, really bad, mostly on the internet, you don't have to respond to people. Sometimes there are people that you may want to respond to, but most of the time, you don't really have to respond to people that are that way. You should just look at what you are doing again and see how you can improve. Ask yourself what this person is saying. Is it true? I think that's one, like that's the most important thing that you can ask. Okay, I can see the what. I can see what this person is saying, but is what this person saying true? You ask yourself, if it is true and that thing is wrong, you should correct it or make efforts to actually correct it. If you've learned something from this video, there's another video about taking responsibility that I think you are going to learn something from. I'm going to put it on the screen right here for you, and I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and we will see in the next video. Bye.